Guys, we are finally having a new clear night. It's been like 2 months now, weeks, my bad, of not imaging with this beautiful telescope. But finally, we're having a clear night. But I'm not going to finish off my Heart Nebula image, which this video is about, because that happened a while ago. But this is about, I'm going to image a different target today. I'll probably be able to show you an image of that later on in the video. But yes, we have the Whirlpool Galaxy. It's rising in the east, I believe, where the moon's going to come up. But the moon's only coming up at about like 12 o'clock, so I think I'm good for some time of the night, so we will have to see about that. I hope. And yeah, if you can hear the geese in the background, I thought we were being robbed by geese last night because there was like thousands of them in the field over there or something. That was pretty wild, but yeah. Of course, we didn't have a clear night that night. Of course, like we always do. We never have clear nights. Anyway, here's my rig. I'm going to talk about this a little bit later in the video. But yes, this video is primarily about the 20 hours of exposure, 17.8 to be exact, because I had to reject a couple frames. But yes, I will be showing that later on in the video, so I hope you appreciate it, and I hope you stay to finish the video. Yeah, I hope so. It does during the night. Those helicopters are kind of annoying, but whatever. So this is the tracking mount, as you can see here if you're not blind. So this is somewhat complicated. So how it works is this axis right here, as I call it, is going to point straight up at north, straight up the North Pole, or my degrees. So how much degrees Earth is tilted towards the sun right now. So that's what this is right now, and that is how it tracks. So it goes along, if I can show you here, goes along this axis as it tracks the stars like this. And up here we have the guide camera, which is just another camera on top of my cameras, on top of my scope, which is on top of a scope. And if that was confusing to you, well, I don't know what else will be. But yes, all this does is it measures how far the telescope's drift is and tells it you need to go back this way or back that way, or you need to move that way a little bit because you're not tracking properly. So here we have the autofocuser, which just automatically focuses the telescope, so I can just sit inside in my comfortable house all night. And then here's the camera. This just takes long exposures of the sky. This was very cheap. This was not very expensive, by the way. Just saying, I am not a millionaire. And yep, these cables all go to my laptop, which I control from in the house as I sit in the warmth. Alright everyone, so we're back in the house, and I'm looking here at one of the exposures that I took, I think it was like a few months ago almost. Actually no, about a month ago. And it looks pretty good. Their stars are not very round. That's because I don't have a field corrector for my Newtonian, well, for various reasons, but we'll probably be getting that soon. But here you can see the nebula. What I'm actually shooting, this nebula in here is called the Running Dog Nebula, or IC1805. You can see it looks like a running dog, but this nebula is in the center of a heart. Which is the Heart Nebula. So there's two nebulas in the same one, which it happens a lot of times. So this is a star forming region. This is not from an exploding star. It's just they're forming stars. Yeah, I don't know much about that. I should look more into it. But yeah, but here I want to show you why it doesn't really work to image every night. First, you got clouds, but this project took me like about a month, which because of various reasons. So we have another reason is because of the moon. The moon is very annoying. Even though I have filters, look, it's just washed out completely. But I can still take those exposures, but they're just, you can see the difference is huge. You can see much more contrast in the right image than the left one, which, yeah, it's pretty sad. But we do have some very clear nights like this one here, which is, see, I'm just going through these exposures. You can see how the tracking's working perfectly. Software stretching it. Tracking was working very well, but here you can see there's the exposure. Maybe the wind happened or something, but you can see stars are not perfectly centered because the tracking had an error or something, which I get those sometimes. Like normally a lot depends on the wind speed and whatever else can occur. So I'm gonna get set up here for the last night of imaging, but today I'm not gonna be taking H-alpha subs, which is a type of filter which captures a certain type of nebula in the sky, which is what this is. This is an H-alpha, so it's hydrogen alpha. in the sky, which my filter can detect. Like, you need certain filters to capture certain nebulas, or they just won't show up, or they'll just take hours and hours and hours to see them. So here is a hydrogen alpha, but I'm taking RGB, just normal broadband we call it, of just to capture the beautiful star color and to really get that just to really get the stars to really pop out in their color form.